Hey guys, it's Teresa, and today I just want to be discussing a little about social media. I think it's a very important topic. I think it needs to be talked about. I know there's been so many videos out there, but I just think that I kind of wanted to put a little bit of my input in on it because I think it's a very, very important issue and it really does need to be discussed. So, first off, social media, which is, I feel like it gets a really bad rap, which is so unfortunate because it's such a cool thing. I love Instagram. Instagram is so cool. I mean, there's all kind. I want to show off my pretty necklace. I love it. I got it for Christmas, and I thought about doing a Christmas what I got for Christmas haul because I got a lot of good stuff this year, and not to be that kind of person, but seriously, when you get good stuff for Christmas, it makes it so much better. And I've had so many Christmases where I was I don't know why I'm so sad, and it's oh, I didn't get that good of gifts this year, which is awful because a gift is a gift. But at the same time, when you get things that you actually want, it makes the biggest difference. For real though. So yeah, this my necklace is so pretty. I got it from my mom and my sister, and they both were very excited to give it to me. Back to the thing. So yeah, I think social media is great. I think there's a lot of cool things about it. I spend a lot of my time on it. Not I'm trying to wean. That's an awful word, but get myself off of it because I do spend a little bit too much time on it, I would say. But there's a lot of great things there, Twitter, fun things on Twitter. I love reading funny, original people's tweets. And even some of those really popular accounts, they got some funny stuff on them. Not gonna lie, they're a lot of fun. And if I can actually just look at my phone and smile, that's a pretty cool thing. If something that you saw on social media was I like that so much, I'm gonna smile. Or you laughed out loud, actually laughed out loud. I followed this account on Twitter recently. It's called Lloyd Legalist. And he's a Christian, he's an older guy. And he posts the funniest things. It's totally my sense of humor. Some stuff is oh, I don't get that as much. But I've laughed out loud by looking at his stuff. So, a lot of appreciation for him. Shout out to him. He's really good. I like his tweets. He's really funny. And Instagram, I love looking at beautiful pictures. It just makes my heart happy, and it's so inspiring to me, and things like that, interior design. I love looking at those accounts and looking at those kind of even in magazines. I love that. Better Homes, hand that stuff over. Let me see how I can build myself a better home with my 10 by, I don't know the square foot of my room, but I use that stuff. I love seeing that, and it's so inspiring to me. And I love seeing things that help me and make me better. I'm following a friend on Instagram, and she is doing her fitness journey, stuff like that. It's so cool. She's doing her meal prep, her meal planning, and it's I should do that. She's eating carrots. What do the healthy people do? They eat carrots. So it's just really inspiring, and that's really cool. That's really neat. I love seeing girls that do their makeup good. How? Teach me your ways. I'm learning. I got into it a year ago, actually doing my makeup. Before this, I did not do foundation. And I only did it, even now I don't do a whole lot of it, but, I'd only do it, on signature places for me that I really needed it. And so I've been kind of getting into makeup more, and, I love seeing girls that, know how to do it good. That's so fascinating to me. And, I consistently stick to the same makeup session, but, makeup tutorials are cool. I like watching those, and, hair tutorials, and, what can I do with this hair that we call curly girl hairs out there. You know what I'm talking about. I have to say, I think it's funny whenever I see a girl with straight hair, and it's no, your life was so good, and they go out and they get a perm, and it's and it takes them a while to kind of figure out how they're going to use it, because you don't really know how it's going to turn out. I got a perm in 2nd grade, and that was a fun time. I was introduced to the pick. You don't brush your hair when you've got curly hair. You pick it. You not pick at it. You pick it with a pick. It's a very interesting thing. And a wide tooth comb, that's your best friend now. So I think that Instagram is great. Snapchat, I have a little bit more issues with that one. My main use for Snapchat is just those times I think I look cute and I post my selfies on there, and then afterwards I'm oh, people can see this. I'm posting a selfie. I don't like posting selfies on Instagram because that's vain, but because I feel vain whenever I do it. I don't, I feel weird whenever I look through my own feed and it's like, these are myself, like these are pictures of my face. People see enough of me, you know. But if I do see a picture and I'm like, I look popping in that, you know, I'm gonna post it to Instagram. But like Snapchat, it's like a 24-hour thing. I'm like, yeah, you can look at my face for an extra amount of time. I think I look good in that picture. I think I look cute. But I feel like that's where like all the dirty messages go back and forth. And some good ones like, hey, how's college going? And you can message them and totally forget what you said in your conversation because it disappears unless you save it. And saving it is even kind of creepy. Like, I don't know what to do when a friend saves my conversation. Like, we'll be talking about anything, like random or whatever. Be like, yeah, hope you had a good day. They saved it. Why would you save it? Like, what are you going to do with that? Please don't, like, I just want you to have a good day. Don't save it. I don't know. It stresses me out when people save the conversations. Like, unless it's my sister and she's like, oh, that's funny or that's really cute. Like, it's scary. I don't like when people save messages. It, like, adds, like, extra pressure with it. So, yeah, Snapchat, I kind of get if people don't like it. But there's very interesting articles on there. Shout out to Cosmo. They post there's plenty of inappropriate stuff on Cosmo, too. So Snapchat, I kind of get Snapchat. But, the danger. So I just kind of like went on a huge rant of why I like social media. I really enjoy it. This is the problem with it though. Like, as soon as you're looking at those pictures on Instagram and you're like, oh, I'm not that, or I'm not as pretty as them, I'm not as thin as them, I'm not having enough fun with my life. Unless you're posing that as a challenge to yourself, like, I'm gonna change just that I'm going to do things that I enjoy more. Or I'm going to learn how to do my makeup because I think that would help me. Those kind of things. Like, unless you're using it to, like, help you get better, you gotta exit out of the tab. Like, that's why so many people, like, delete their Instagram accounts, is because they're like, you know what, I'm comparing too much. And I know that people have heard so much about it. It's like, don't compare yourself. But, like, really, though, if you find yourself comparing, just... sometimes you gotta do it. You gotta delete the app off your phone just so you're not checking it as consistently. Like, it's still fine to check it, but just, if you, like, come home from school and, like, spend, like, a solid 2 hours, on Instagram, you might have some issues, because then there's no way that you can be looking at it for that long and stay content with, like, with the life that you're given. One thing that I kind of, like, thought about recently is, like, there's gonna be so many reasons not to love the life that you've been given. And you can't feed into those. You just can't. It's going to get you down so much. And, like, sometimes I don't like going on Twitter because there's a lot of negativity on there. Like, I mean, people will, like, they'll just get mad about their lives. And I understand, like, it's kind of like an okay, like, teen rant session. But at the same time, it's like, if this is, like, actually bringing me down, I don't think I need to see this on a daily basis. And, like, with Snapchat, like, if you're posting and you're like, oh, the boy that hardly ever shows me attention didn't look at it. Girl, like, you are so much more than that. And for dudes, like, I don't know what y'all are doing on Snapchat, so I have no input for the guys. But for girls, like, don't put your actual, like, your actual worth into those things. Like, those can be, like, a nice representation of you. They could be a part of your life, but they can't be your life. And I think that's the problem. Like, we think that, like, if our lives aren't as good as we pose them to be on social media, or, like, aren't as good as, like, the other people that we see on social media, then there's something wrong with them. And I think that draws us to, like, draw into ourselves and think that there's something wrong with us. When, in fact, it is, like, a clear fact that not everyone's life is, like, sunshine and roses all the time. And I think we kind of lose sight of that, like, on social media. Like, because we just see, like people say, like, we see the highlights of other people's lives. And we... like, that's what we compare our own lives to. And we know our lives better than anyone else. We know all the ins and outs, all the ups and downs. And to compare that to someone's, like, the stuff that they, like, this is how good my life is. Like, that's not, of course it's not going to be, like, an accurate representation. So I just think we need to remember that. And we need to remember that social media can be, like, a representation of us. But that's not who we are. That's not who we are. You're so much more than that. And if you don't like something about yourself, work to change it or work to improve yourself, but don't drag yourself down because you're not, like, who you want to be yet, you know? And I don't think it's bad to admit that you want to improve yourself. Like, there's things about myself that I don't like, and I don't want to, like, make like a breeding ground for things that about myself that I don't like. Like, I don't be like, you know what, it's fine. If anyone doesn't like me, that's their own problem. And to a certain extent, if I am being my best self and you've got an issue with that, we're not going to get along, and that's just how it's going to be. However, if I've got some problems, like I'm rude or what, I'm sorry. Today's a bad day to post this. I was a little rude today. I've been a high schooler for 4 years, and I haven't really like let out any mean comments, but I just thought it'd be kind of funny to be mean. Oh dear, that sounds so awful. I'm sorry. I thought it'd be funny, so I posted it. That was the reason behind that. I don't know if you saw it or not. If you didn't, that's okay. You don't have to see it. I just posted on something like Twitter that could be kind of offensive. I thought it was funny. It was meant to be a joke. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But yeah, I guess if there's issues about me that I actually need to improve upon, by all means, I need to work on that. I need to get better. And I'm not going to like make exceptions. I'm not going to allow myself to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm kind of mean, but that's the way I am. Like, no, you can be funny. You can be creative without being mean. That is a possibility that is out there. So I don't think that we should like compliment our things that we actually should work on. But at the same time, I don't think that we should be constantly tearing ourselves down. So, in conclusion, sounding like the paper that I didn't write that I was supposed to, might as well do it on here. In conclusion, I think that social media is great. There's a lot of great properties to it, but if you find it harming you or like harming how you view yourself, then you gotta like cut that out. You gotta cut some of that out of your life, or at least cut it down so you're not seeing it as much. As soon as like you start to like make issues that aren't there, then you gotta get rid of it, or you have to like cut down on it so it doesn't hurt as much. So it doesn't hurt you as much. And don't be afraid to improve yourself, because there's going to be things about yourself that you don't like. That's where we are. We're human. We've got a lot of issues. So yeah, that's my video. It was really long. There ain't going to be no cuts in it. This is like straight through. I just wanted to say those things, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So thanks. If you'd like to see more, just let me know. Okay, thanks. Bye, guys.